Hello, boy. It's Halloween. That means it's time for some tricks or treats. And I'm inviting you to stop by my playground. That is, if you dare. Tell me, do you dare? Can you imagine what treats that I might have in store for you? Or depending on my mood, what tricks I might have in store for an unsuspecting boy just like you. Imagine it now. A boy waits on my doorstep, heart pounding, breath shallow, wondering what awaits him when the door opens. He takes a deep breath, swallows hard, and knocks on my door and waits. And while he waits, his mind wanders even more. He knows he's at the door of my playground, and he knows what happens in my playground. But he stands there on my doorstep, and he just waits. Finally, the door opens. He looks down, not daring to meet my gaze. Slowly, his eyes are pulled upwards until they find what is waiting for them. At my waist, he sees my crystal dangling there, swinging slowly back and forth. His eyes go no further, and any doubts about what would happen simply dissolve. Focus on the crystal, he hears me say softly. Listen to the sound of my voice as your eyes follow my crystal back and forth. Back and forth. As you watch the crystal swing from side to side, you find yourself automatically letting go for me. He stares, already helpless to resist. His thoughts vanish as my voice begins to capture him, every word sinking deep into his blank mind. His eyes move back and forth, following the crystal, unwilling and unable to look away. Deep inside, he knows he is being hypnotized, and he knows there is nothing he can do to stop it. His conscious mind is already locked on the sound of my voice, and his wide eyes are locked upon my swinging crystal. He feels it, he knows it, and he accepts it fully and deeply. Yes, he hears her whisper. You know you cannot resist. You know you are such a perfectly conditioned boy that no power on earth can stop your mind from slipping into a deep trance state. Stare at my crystal. Listen to the sound of only my voice, and feel yourself beginning to drift away. Imagine him standing there, surrendering to the power of the woman before him. His eyes are glazed now, sweeping slowly side to side, following the crystal, focused on the crystal, locked on the crystal. His mouth is open slightly now as his muscles relax. It is obvious now that he is truly entering a trance state, and her voice continues to seduce him as she whispers in his ear, drifting into trance, back and forth, slipping in and out of trance a few times before your mind is no longer able to resist, slipping in and out of trance, in and out, back and forth, the crystal sending you into trance, my voice sending you into trance, down into trance, deep into trance. This is what you want, boy. You want to stay under. You want to slip under and remain there, deeply hypnotized, helpless in my playground. This is why you came, boy. You watch his eyes moving slower and slower as the crystal swings slower and slower, back and forth, slower and slower, slower and slower, back and forth. Now the crystal is still, dangling limp and loose from my fingers, and he stares, his eyes fixated, glazed, unwavering. On the doorstep of my playground he stands helpless, hearing only my voice, seeing only my crystal, waiting for me to hypnotize him. You are such a good boy, she says softly. You are ready to go under for me now. You are ready to enter my playground and surrender all of your control to me. You know this is what you really want, and I do want you to join me in my playground for Halloween. I have a very special treat waiting for you here in my playground, and all you need to do to receive your treat is sleep. You are here in my playground, boy. I control you now. I control everything that happens here. And I want you to go deeper. I want you to feel yourself falling deeper now. Such a good boy. So deep, so submissive, so ready, so willing to surrender for me. Eager to be here in my playground. I do have a treat for you, boy. I have a treat that you will enjoy very, very much. Listen carefully to every word I say to you, because each one will have a very powerful effect on you. On October 31st, Halloween, you will quite probably hear the words trick or treat quite often. Those words, trick or treat, may be said by children or by adults. On October 31st, Halloween, every time you hear an adult say the words trick or treat, whether in person, on television, IM, or email, you will instantly see yourself standing on the doorstep of my playground, staring at my crystal. This image will last only a few seconds and will not interfere with anything you are doing at the moment, but it will leave a lasting impression on you. It may even cause you to need to surrender to hypnosis as soon as you find the time. The more you hear this phrase, trick or treat, or see this phrase, trick or treat, the more powerful the effect will become. It may become so powerful that if you choose to listen to a hypnotic session, you will find yourself opening the circle of submission first and allowing yourself to completely surrender to the power of hypnosis. Now, imagine seeing the hypnotized boy on my doorstep. You realize he is returning from my playground, and you wonder just what I have done to him while he was under my control. You notice the bulge in his trousers, and you feel a little thrill, wishing it was you standing there. You hear her speaking to him softly, gently. I am going to count from 1 to 5, boy. At the count of 5, you will leave my playground and awaken from trance. Your subconscious mind will remember and act on everything I have said to you, while your conscious mind will remember nothing at all. 1. Coming back now. 2. Coming up slowly, dreamy. 3. Becoming aware of your surroundings. 4. Take a nice deep breath. And 5. Wide awake, wide awake. Welcome back. See his eyes open. See his body shudder as he returns to conscious awareness. I am smiling at him, and he returns the smile in a dreamy, drowsy way. You may go now, I whisper to him. He smiles happily and nods. Thank you, he whispers back to me. You watch as he turns and leaves my doorstep, walking away until he fades from your sight. As you continue gazing towards him, you feel eyes upon you. Slowly you turn, and you see me waiting there on the doorstep. Without thinking, without any conscious decision whatsoever, you turn and walk toward me until you are standing right there where the last boy was. You look down and you see the crystal dangling there. Think fast, boy. Do you dare to allow yourself to watch it? After all, I might just hypnotize you. Watch your step on the way down. Play safe. Trick or treat.